This RG World Boxing. Make sure you subscribe at the bottom right of your screen. HBO Boxing is a terrible TV broadcasting for boxing, man. This past weekend for the Canelo Golovkin fight, man, am I the only one that had a problem with HBO's telecast? I mean, they didn't show any undercards. They showed one undercard, Jaime Mangua, dispatch of I think his name was Cook, and then we didn't see the Chocolatito fight. I didn't see it, and then we didn't see the David Lemieux versus Spike O'Sullivan fight because they were both one rounders, but we didn't see the fight. We didn't see the ring walk. We didn't see nothing. We just saw the highlight. And then these dudes at HBO, these commentators went on a spurt of 1 hour of talking. Like they went on a run of talking for an hour and a half. It was. I mean, they had no backup plan. I mean, there was no other fights that they could have put on. They didn't. Why didn't they stage a women's boxing event? I don't know. I mean, that was crazy. They had two undercards. The co-main they both was 1 rounds. But I mean, it was crazy how they went on they went and talked for an hour or something, man. I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, who the hell paid to see Jim Lampley and Max Kellerman? And these two guys are so irrelevant. At least Roy Jones has ring experience. Like Max Kellerman and Jim Lampley. I don't want to say Max Kellerman, but Jim Lampley is one of the most biased sports talkers on the planet. Okay, all right, so we get over that long talking, and then we get into the fight. And then, of course, we got Harold Letterman running his mouth. This guy, I don't know. The guy has fallen off of. I don't even know if he's ever had it, man. The guy has always been biased. He's been a terrible, terrible analyst, man. The guy, he's horrible. And then, of course, this is what he always does things that makes no sense. He's always in favor of the aggressor. Always in favor of the aggressor. And then Canelo is the aggressor down. He's still saying Golovkin won the fight. He gave Golovkin 8-4. It was 8. And then they asked him. They said, "Hey man, what you got?" He said, "Well, how do you see this fight?" They went to him like they do every round. And he said, "I don't know. I have no idea, but I'm giving a majority of the rounds to Golovkin." Like, man, dude, sit down, Harold. Harold Letterman that guy's been doing it for a long time. He has to have some skills to be on the main channel, but he's been biased for so many years. Man, I hate HBO, man. I hate it, man. I don't know why. They're even. They got one fight. It was the Canelo Golovkin fight, and then they go into what do you call? They go into the cave, the boxing purgatory, and then they come back for. Hey, it's still a powerhouse, I guess, but I'm just surprised that they still flowing, man, because Showtime is putting on so many better events. I just was really sick to my stomach, man. Listen, these dudes talk for an hour and a half, man. It was horrible, man. Luckily there was other things going on where man, it was horrible, man. I feel sorry for my American friends, man. Luckily, the international station had Box Nation. They were biased for Golovkin as well, but I don't know what they were doing, man. I'm sure they had. It was just horrible, man. That whole undercard was poorly scheduled. It was poorly planned. They had no backup plan. They could have put on some more fights in between, man. It's always all those undercards they had. They didn't televise. This shit, man. I don't know. It just didn't make any sense to not see any undercards, man. We only seen one undercard, man. That Jaime Munguia, that was it. Oh man, this RG World Boxing.